Hi, this is Nick here with Shallow Graves Magazine at Wizard World Chicago 2019, and I am here with the legendary...
Well, that's a strong word, but I'm Cam Clark's friend, Rob Paulson.
And...
Is Rob Paulson here?
He's legendary, you know. See, that's why we love Cam. Cam Clark is the BEST. And he's got electric clothes on.
Yeah, get the pants. Come on, come down.
Yeah, look at those pants.
Get these pants.
They're one of a
Don't
kind.
even
There
talk
you
about
go.
squeezing lemons with that guy.
What?
Yeah.
If the world gives you lemons,
Wear pants.
make pants.
Right. Hi, Nick.
Hi, everybody.
Nick.
I'm enjoying all of this, don't worry.
Thank you.
So now, you guys are here kind of representing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles for a little bit. I mean, you have done a lot of other stuff. But I did want to ask, what is it like? Because you are the original Raphael and original Leonardo. What is it like to see the series really go forward? Do you really pay attention to it or anything like that?
Rob is
that's
paid
right.
to do so.
Well, I people who have no trouble speaking get a bit tongue-tied when you're talking about Turtles. Honest to God, Nick, this is a bulletproof franchise that is now 35-ish years old.
Oh my gosh.
We will always have the...
We were 5 years old when we
Right.
started. So.
I was 7,
You
but
look
Cam
great.
was only 4.
Yeah.
But honestly, we have the distinct pleasure of being part of literally a clean sheet of paper that's turned into something that is nothing short of an iconic entertainment juggernaut. And these events, the good graces of the people at Wizard World and other events that we attend, you know, we go home with a couple of dollars, but this is not how we make our living.
Wait, you're getting paid?
Well, paid is a strong word, but we go home having all these lovely people and their children, and sometimes their grandchildren. Who,
That's how old we are.
yeah, but we are exhausted from 3 solid days of saying thank you.
Yeah.
It is an unquantifiable gift to us that we can, and we're also dear friends and we can hang out together.
Yeah.
And we go home with our minds blown about how many people love Ninja Turtles. And I'm just talking about, oh yeah, Turtles. I mean people who are driven to tears when they meet us. Isn't it right? It's crazy.
Yeah. Well, what is it like here? Because I know he's still doing it, but you've moved on to so many other projects too that are prevalent and all different bits of it. So what really is it like seeing the legacy kind of continue and that you're one of the originals?
Well, it's, before the conventions became such a rage, first of all, you can thank that fellow right there. What was your name again?
Ron.
Ron
Pullman.
Pullman?
Ron Pullman.
Yeah, Ron Pullman.
Personal friend of Cram Clark.
Yes, indeed. For getting me into the circuit, the convention circuit, because I came kicking and screaming.
Oh, geez, okay.
So I'll be honest as far as following the legacy. Honesty, what a drag.
Yeah.
I didn't follow it. I loved our time together, but it was
we've all been friends.
but it was sail on,
Right.
Ninja Turtles.
We got to make a living. And pardon me, let me interject very quickly. It wasn't anything but Cam's utter non-arrogance. I kept going home to say, Cam, you have no idea. You should come out because people want to meet you. And Cam, because he's very self-effacing, and we're not, movie star people. He would say, Robbie, I love you, but nobody wants to meet me. And I said, dude, you have no idea.
So I am just so grateful for him. So I guess kind of a sideways answer to your question is, although if it didn't have anything to do with me, I didn't follow it. But because of him, I got to see what we were and obviously still are, which is
Unbelievable.
crazy.
Yeah, it's great. And what's so wonderful now is because I had the opportunity to do live events and conventions, I get to be here with 3 of my very best human friends in the world, and I get to watch people falling apart when they meet Cam or when they meet Donnie, Barry.
I tripped.
Yeah, but I love it because they'll be crying and I get Cam's eye and he'll look at me going, and it's nothing but pure gratitude on our part.
Yeah.
It's fantastic, Nick.
And we've been together for so long that there is the thing, a knowing glance.
Yeah.
And all I have to do is just catch his eyes, and he knows everything I'm thinking. And because we've also had the opportunity, we worked on The Tick together with Townie.
Yeah.
And then Robbie and I were leads on Barnyard.
Oh, that's right. Yes, that's right.
Well, I played Freddy the Ferret.
And I was Peck, a rooster, and I couldn't understand why Freddie thought I was so handsome. I mean,
So
tasty.
tasty. I mean, handsome.
Yes.
I mean, no, you can't eat your best friend. It's wrong. It's wrong.
Do you believe that? We get American dollars to behave that way.
Yeah.
And so, real quick to wrap up, I just wanted to ask some future projects that either just have happened or like are happening. I know right now you have a book coming out October 8th.
I do.
On all platforms as that I'm familiar with, called Voice Lessons.
Yes, thank you, Nick.
How has the reaction to that been so far? Because I know you announced it a little while ago.
You know what? I have to tell you, it's been surprisingly positive. I have a book coming out that recounts not only this really incredibly lovely career with my turtle buddies and others, but I had a bout with throat cancer a few years ago, from which I'm completely cured. But it is without question a life-changing event. It doesn't have to be a negative life-changing event. And as a result of what Cam and Townsend and Barry and I have had the incredible good fortune of being involved with, the way people connect with these characters and their children, sometimes who are ill and sometimes don't even make it through their illness, literally set me up to be able to take my own punch in the cancer cage. And that's what the book is about. It really is about the power of these characters, Leonardo, Donatello, Michelangelo and Raphael, and others, and how they help us to cope with our own, our own shit in life. I never knew how deeply people connect with these characters, honestly, until
the conventions.
Yes. And so, the book, and we've always got a few irons in the fire. You know, you're also, with respect to Ninja Turtle and the four actors here, we're also not only incredibly lucky to have done that show together and do these live events together, but the fact that you've got four people who've been able to make their living in show business for 40, 50 years, that is so unusual without being celebrity talent. The fact that we're rank and file journeyman actors and singers, and we're still paying our mortgages doing this, we're so fortunate. And
he's paying my mortgage.
Yeah, I pay.
That's what he means.
Things are working a little better for me. I got Amway as well, so it's not just soap anymore. But
Soap
Cam's
on a
always
rope.
busy, and Cam is involved daily with TV shows, movies, and
No, because that's what I was talking about. I was trying to see some of the other stuff that I would have been familiar with, because I know him from like Lion King 2 and a few other things. And then it was like when I was going, I was just like, wow. I'm like, these people have done so many voices that are just like, it can be bit parts or like major characters, like with Back at the Barnyard and stuff like that.
Well,
where
and
it's
also,
like,
Cam, tell them what you do with respect to your regular day job in Hollywood.
A lot of my work now is a thing called looping.
Oh, okay.
Which is, I don't know if your folks out there know what that is, but after a movie is made, a group of voice actors go in and we do things like the fight grunts, or the death rattles. iZombie. In fact, Dave is here. David.
I forgot his name.
From iZombie. Who's here at the con?
Anderson.
David Anders. Son. Anyway, I've never met him before, but I worked on his show for the run of the show, and I walked up and I said, David, I'm a real fan of your work, and I was your zombies. Because those all have to be laid in after the movie is made.
Yeah.
We go in and watch the screen, and when that zombie goes...
But you also direct the actors too.
I do the
director,
casting and directing of set, working on Lucifer, which is coming back.
Oh.
Am I allowed to say that? Anyway,
Devil may care.
Oops. And then just real quickly, I know when we were talking beforehand, you did a one-man show, and you're going to be you were in the process of doing an act. What is that going to be about? If you can share it.
No, but the act with my family. The King family. Look it up. We won't go into it here, but I had a television show with my family back in the 1860s.
Which we my family and grandparents watched every Sunday on ABC.
Yes, on ABC. And anyway, on my bucket list was to perform with some of my family again.
Yeah.
So we're getting our act together. You see how I did that? And next summer we're hoping to do a few gigs, and then I can die a happy man.
Then I can go. Last night. Oh my God! But no, thank you for both taking the time for
Not at
this.
all,
This was
Nick. Thank
absolutely
you.
lovely. I've had an experience.
Well, it's different. And Shallow Grave, what a happy name. You know, and nobody's found Jimmy Hoffa. Maybe he's in one of your, who knows?
Is he in there?
Egad, we all thank you so very much for coming out to see us.
With that, thank you for joining us, Nick at Shallow Graves, Rob Paulson, Cam Clark. Oh my God, I can't say that enough. Thank you very much, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Signing
Thanks,
off.
Well,
Hello, this is Jake Kelly from Shallow Graves Magazine at Wizard World 2019. I'm with two of the original Ninja Turtles, both Party Dude and the guy who does machines. You guys want to introduce yourselves?
Hi. That about wraps it up, doesn't it? There you go. Cowabunga, dude. All right.
You want to say who you are?
So, I'm Townsend Coleman, and I'm the voice of Michelangelo. Yeah.
And I'm Barry Gordon. I'm the voice of Donatello.
All right. You guys have been in voice acting for a long time, playing a series of characters over years. But it's very interesting to me that you two constantly play characters that are very towards your personality and the same type of personality. Where Barry plays the intelligent, like nerdy characters, even playing a monster in Real Monsters named Nerdy Monster, and you often play the jokey, fun like characters. Is there any reason you guys like playing those characters so much?
Well, I think the question would be, why are you cast for those kinds of characters? Yeah, I think it's when you get an audition for something that is closer to who you are, it just comes out more naturally.
That's right.
You know, so it's easier to just be you, and that shows, you know, in the auditions, and I think that helps us land parts for sure.
I think so. I mean, every actor plays aspects of themselves, you know, and that's how they actually get the role. But I think, with me, although, you know, I have had roles like Junior Snark was not intellectual at all. He was a bit of an a-hole. But anyway, the character was. You know, and inky, and, you know, so some of the characters I did weren't. But I tend to get cast that way, especially live action. I tend to get cast as, you know, lawyers, judges, you know, people, you know, cerebral people type.
And I got to play a couple of jerks, which was sort of fun.
You did?
Yeah, Sentinel Prime on Transformers Animated was a real jerk,
right.
and Riot on Gem and the Holograms was a real jerk. You know, so but I've gotten to play the fun, you know, goofy characters too, of course, like Michelangelo, and you know, and the Tick, of course, you know, way over the top. Yeah.
Another question is, I was just talking to Barry about this actually. You guys worked together for so many years on the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and then you guys kind of fell out of touch and rediscovered each other through Talking Tunes with Rob and Cam.
Exactly.
Is there any story about, like, how did you guys feel coming back together and everything like that? Like, forming this friendship, brotherhood-esque thing?
It was like we'd never not seen each other.
Exactly.
It was unbelievable. We went out, we had dinner, and had a ball, and then we went and did Talking Tunes with Renee and Peter and
Sue Blue.
And Sue Blue, that's right. And then, you know, I started to get calls saying, you know, they want all 4 turtles at a Comic-Con, and I never dreamt of doing that.
Right.
But I just thought, heck, you know, 4 of us on the road, let's do it, you know.
Yeah.
And so whenever they want all 4, you know, I'm there because we're having a great time.
Yeah, it was exactly the same for me. When we went out to dinner that night, it was because the last time we saw each other, the 4 of us really was probably in '97 or so when we stopped doing the series.
That's right.
And then we went out that night to dinner, and we had such a blast. And it was as if it had been only a week since we'd seen each other.
And now, like Townie and I, we're doing theater in LA. We go see each other's shows.
Yeah.
I mean, we saw Cam's one-person show that he did.
Right.
I
mean, it's really rekindled
it
our
really has,
our friendship.
And we've amazingly bonded doing this. So.
Yeah.
Another thing is, you guys were kind of the first 4-person TV show where you guys made the Turtles. Now, the comic books came out,
Right.
and then they decided to make the 1980s TV show.
Right.
And you guys kind of all gave the Turtles personalities and voices. Now they're kind of all the same with the like Goofy for the children.
Yeah.
But you guys kind of defined it. How does it feel knowing that you launched this way of animation where we had to have like battle toads or like alley sharks and everything like that, where it had to be team things?
Right. Yeah.
That's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah,
Were we the first doing that?
Well, Jacob says we were, so we must have been. Yeah.
I thought Scooby-Doo had 4, but maybe not.
I guess you could say Scooby-Doo did, but like you guys were like the crime-fighting team.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
like a team, for sure. Well, I mean, it's fantastic, and especially the older that I get, and looking back at the history of this franchise, and to know that we were the original ones. I mean, because I loved, so many of the iterations of the Turtles that have come out since, but to have been the first and to have been, a series that was a decade in the making, it was significant, almost 200 episodes. And yeah, it's a very cool feeling to know that this franchise that's now bigger than ever, we were there at the beginning.
Yeah, you guys keep making returning appearances throughout each new iteration of the series.
Well, we did a couple of times in the 2012
In the
series, and those crossovers. Yeah.
Right.
Somebody actually asked me if we were going to do a crossover with the new version.
Oh, really?
The Rise of the TMNT. Yeah.
Well, we have to talk to Rob about that.
Right, because he's the voice director.
He's directing it.
on
Yeah,
it.
right.
So, which would be interesting. I think it'd be
Would
fascinating.
you guys be down for that?
Totally.
Heck yes.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Sure.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever thought about switching Turtles?
You mean like I would be Donatello and Barry would be Michelangelo? Well, I know that Cam has thought about it because originally Cam and I, we didn't know, which of us were going to be Michelangelo and Leonardo.
Right.
And I just got the roll of the dice, and that's the way it stayed for all these years. But I know Cam was kind of bummed that he didn't end up with Michelangelo instead of Leonardo. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's all that we need. This is Jabe Kelly with Barry and Townsend saying, see ya.
All right.
Cowabunga! Turtle power, baby!